Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. And we left off, we foiled a robbery. We got information that it was House Menel that were trying to steal a giant diamond from a nobleman's house. But by handing over the note to the lord of the house, we have prevented that. Defiance Bay is still neutral. And we're a troublemaker in House Menel. Neutral with the Knights of the Crucible as well. That'll change over time, I'm sure. We're currently in the Charred Barrel and have gone into the basement, where we have found a bandit group that appear to be in conversation.
I'm here.
Let's hope they don't cause any fuss with us as we get closer. Nope, they just seem to be chatting. Let's chat with them. Just having a little chat with my associates. It's usually pretty quiet down here. That's what the boss likes about it. Even with Dunwood Road down the street, people don't ask too many questions here. For Brackenbury, this place is pretty low-key.
Yes?
We could fight them. But in reality, we shouldn't know that they're bandits. And they're not doing anything, as far as we know, that warrants violence. Also, the owner of this tavern would not at all like if we just had at thee with his patrons. Not without good reason, so we shall refrain. Also, there is another study here.
I'm here.
Let us say hello to you. Just warming up. The scripts and props belong to a production of The Most Unfortunate Tale of Favia and Bernard. Hey, we've seen books of that around. There is a noble here. We'll just quickly pop upstairs. And before we go to Ondra's gift, we are absolutely going to be heading back to Copperlane. Right, what else do we have? What do we have here? Just a few rooms.
At once.
There's a pirate, Merewith, a pirate, and a pirate.
I'm here.
This place certainly has some interesting clientele. Merewith watches you through coal-rimmed eyes. She puts her hand on the hilt of her blade, jangling the jewels that hang from her wrist. We don't know each other, stranger. Best we keep it that way. What brings you to the Charred Barrel? Merewith raises an eyebrow. What's it look like? Good wine and a little peace and quiet. She flips the copper with her thumb. And Skerian doesn't ask too many questions. You don't seem like a Brackenbury local. I'm a sailor, she gives you a half smile, and liberator of certain goods. Merewith casually fingers a large earring. And the nice thing about the snobs here is that they're usually too polite to ask more. Okay!
Yes?
Again, not going to start a fight here. Oh, I can just take stuff from here. 200 odd copper? Sure. What about this? An ixamittal water jug fashioned from white clay. Fair enough. What about over here? Okay, this will absolutely be stealing. We could unlock this, though. That'll give me some experience. Won't count as stealing if I unlock it. Taking the stuff is what causes the problems. Although, really, they should ask questions when I start unlocking things.
Not sure how I feel about this. Hope that helps.
See? All fine. We're going to look at this. This map of the Deerwood and Airglanfath appears to predate the discovery of some of the ruins of the East. It's signed by cartographer A. Skerian.
Yes?
That's the person that owns the tavern. This ashtray is painted with colourful waves and walls in the style of Rotai.
At once.
And over here is just a couple of nobles. Alright, we'll head downstairs. We could go to Ondra's gift and go look for that medallion. But instead, we'll head to Copperlane. We have quite a bit of business in Copperlane. The good news is, easy enough to get there by going this way. And Copperlane we go. 12 minutes, just a short walk, and then we get waylaid by enemies and must defend ourselves. We also have the rest of the sewers to explore. We should probably do that at some point. We should. But not right now. Okay. Catacombs are there. Go in. Hello. And we'll go and say hi to Helig, who I doubt is going to be happy to see us. Probably because we aren't covered in the blood of Modred. We do also want to check out the other half of this sewer. So we want to go all the way down. But yeah, we also want to do that. And we'll fast forward a little bit. Zoom! And then we get waylaid by all the enemies. Oh! Loot that I didn't notice. Nice. Okay. Here leads to this. Now we're going to go back to normal speed. And we're going to save, because the welcome we will get will not be great, no doubt. And ready ourselves. Oh!
Hey.
You aren't hostile initially. Well, this is to our benefit. So let's have you there, and you here.
Hey. How may I help?
You here.
What?
You here.
Following your
you
lead.
here. You here. You here. Yeah, this seems good. If I were Helig, I'd be very, very suspicious of what's going on. But luckily, Helig isn't programmed to be suspicious of this.
Hey.
Did you find the grimoire? I spoke to Modred. He doesn't have your grimoire. Helig lets out a bubbling hiss of frustration. There's not much fun in a joke if you have to explain it, is there? He tugs a few hairs out of his beard. If you can't fulfill my need for vengeance, then you'll have to serve another purpose. A dried and shriveled tongue darts over his cracked lips. I'm afraid a fierce hunger has awakened along with me. Well,
Hey.
surprising no one, he's angry, and he also has his grimoire. So, we do this. We have Atthi here. We do that.
Aye?
We do that. These are vessels. And he is dead immediately. What killed him? So the Grieving Mother crit a Revenant for 40 damage. Yeah, I just shot him. And then Biscuit crit him for 37 pierce damage. Yep, that'll do it. So, Helig is gone. And now we can deal with the Revenants.
What?
Incredibly easily by just doing this. That's a lot of damage.
I'm here.
You do that.
How may I help?
We can blast like this.
I should end.
And they're all gone. Fantastic. We have a grimoire. That is for you. We also have some other items. A fine robe. That can go there. A soulward amulet. This brilliant bloodstone amulet has a strange aura about it. As you hold the gem, you think you hear a woman's voice. Oh! A soul prowls within the bloodstone like a caged stelgear. It's filled with a fierce, relentless energy. Who are you? You see an image in your mind of a woman in heavy leather armor bearing twin daggers. Next to her is a man, young and handsome, who calls her Rowena. The vision shifts to a wind-swept plain next to a lake. 50 men and women in marching leathers lay dead, their bodies contorted and deformed by some sinister sorcery. Rowena falls among them, her body collapsing next to the young man you saw earlier. She's too weak to speak, but the name Dalton appears in your mind. A lone figure strides across the battlefield, barely bothering to step over the corpses. His eyes are filled with an unnatural light and fixed on Rowena. He reaches out to her, and what little life remained in her body departs. When he takes the amulet from around her neck, you feel her anguished soul trapped within it. With a final contemptuous glance at the fallen Dalton, the man departs. Dalton sent me to find you. The soul pulses with warmth. It fills your mind with memories of a young man who's both bold and generous, but fury and despair tore those images away until all you could feel are cold, crimson walls pressing against you and something loathsome feeding off of you as the years fade into decades. What do you want? You see an image of the amulet shattering, and a soul inside rising and dissipating among the stars. Rowena loves Zoltan, but she's been trapped here for so long she just wants to be free, for the pain to end. Farewell. Also, there is a fine scepter. I suppose there's nothing left for us here. But there is something I do need to do. I don't think we have the smarts to be able to explain to Dalton what he needs to do here. We have 10 intelligence. 10 intelligence. And not a lot of resolve.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're going to need some better stats. And we could explore the rest of these sewers now, but I'm going to wait until we finish this quest. I'm going to wait. He's probably not going to like what I have to tell him. I wouldn't. I wouldn't at all. And we are out of here. Not only that, it's a nice day. It's a very nice day. Let's save. We can raise our intelligence quite easily, I think. Just need to get the right items. So, if I put this here, this will give me +2 intellect. Which gives me 12 intellect. This gives me 2 intellect, which will raise my intellect to 14. Ooh. Ooh, can you only get one? Oh. Oh, can you only get one from items? Oh dear. So that gives of intellect. Oh. I need an of intellect +3, wouldn't I? I don't think I have an of intellect +3. Okay, so I can't do what I initially hoped I'd be able to do. Also, I see that you practically have no magical items on you. Probably have something I can give you. Nothing there, but I bet there's a ring or two lying around. There's that, but you're already wearing something there. If I go to this, nothing there. That, nothing there. Okay, so there isn't actually anything here, but I think there's something I can do. Magic item buffs don't stack, but would a resting bonus stack? Let's go back to Brackenbury. There's an inn here. If I sleep at the inn and use the hat the grieving mother's wearing, will those stack? Let's find out. First, I'm already wearing the hat. You're wearing my hat. Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
So, my intelligence, to confirm, is currently 12.
I'm here.
If I go into here and find an inn and see what beds they have, if there's one that raises my intelligence, we can find out if that will stack with it. Right now we have one for a dexterity bonus. So I'll chat with you.
Hello.
I'd like to see what rooms you have, please. +2 perception. Ah! +2 intellect. Okay. Let's give this a go. 170 copper. We will rest well indeed in a room fit for a noble. Is my intelligence now 14? Yes, it is. They do stack. Okay. So I am now smart enough to hopefully explain to Dalton that he shouldn't keep that amulet. This is when I do all this, and that's not a thing that I can actually do in the quest. Doesn't hurt it doesn't hurt to try, though. It's only a small amount of copper. We got more than that looking at a single area in the inn that we just rested in. So, we'll head this way. We'll save before talking to you. And we'll try our best to get the ending that Rowena wants. The final ending. Peace at long last. Fingers crossed.
Yes?
Hello. My hat may look silly, but it makes me very smart.
Hail, traveler.
His tired eyes brighten. Did you find her? Yes, but not as you expected. I will show him the amulet. The old man studies the amulet. Rowena used to wear this. Where did you get it? Even now he feels the soul of his beloved, recognizes the spirit that haunts his memories, his dreams. He would happily drown in them. Yet what kind of fate is it for his beloved, trapped between lives for his comfort? We could do this, but I'm not doing this. From Helig, who's kept her soul trapped inside it for decades. It's time to set her free. Dalton's eyes widen in horror. No, please. After searching for her for so long. He gazes at the amulet. Just to have her close to me, to visit her in my dreams. That would be enough. Okay, and intellect is something we could use. Resolve was also something we could use, but there was no way I was getting resolve to 15. I could just give him the amulet. I could destroy the amulet, but I feel like that's going to be a bad end to the quest. Dalton needs to do this. Enough for you. But what about her? If you'd keep her trapped in his amulet for the sake of your own comfort, you're no better than the wizard who imprisoned her. Dalton's expression withers. You're right. Please. Let me do it. He draws a club with a trembling hand and crushes the amulet. As the gem cracks, you feel essence rush from it. The old man looks at the shattered gemstone. Thank you for showing me reason. Perhaps she'll wait for me in the next life. He looks at his hands, shaking. By the flame, she won't have to wait long. Please take this. He hands you the club. It's from my old adventuring days. I think it's finally time I let them go. You gained reputation with Defiance Bay. That's fantastic. Is that enough reputation to get what we need for Adir? Our reputation is now, if we go here, still neutral. Well, we're going to need to do more, clearly. Thank you. My Rowena and I can finally have peace. No problem. I'm glad that intellect was what we needed for this. Also, while we're here, let's quickly go over to the Scrivener's Dormitory. This is not the way to the Scrivener's Dormitory. This is the way to the Scrivener's Dormitory. And see about finding that person for Dunstan. Knowing our luck, she won't be here. Built to last. Find Viana. You'd know where Viana is if anybody did.
Good day to you.
Your skin's still green. What can I do for you? I'm looking for Viana. I like Viana. She's always talking about metal men, which is strange, since I'm pretty sure she doesn't eat snowcap. His brow wrinkles. I don't talk about metal men either. And I do eat snowcap. Huh. Anyway, she's not here right now. Flew away to Andra's gift to meet her friend Bessia. No, Klesia. Yes, Klesia. Klesia's the friend she's gone to meet. In Andra's gift. In a house. Not a boat. North house. Empty house. Andra's gift has a lot of boats. We should go rowing sometime. He beams at you. and nods his head. Farewell. Okay,
I'm here.
what's this? Snowcap. You know, I shouldn't be surprised at that. I really shouldn't be surprised at that. That's a spell item. Is there something here? I mean, there's money. I want to see if I can confirm what he has said. Scriven up. Oh, I can just check this. Viana's diary. This looks like a diary belonging to someone called Viana. The latest entry bears yesterday's date. Clessie arrives tomorrow. The way we parted after her last visit, I didn't think she'd return. When I received the letter from Ozia, I expected the worst. The distance has been hard for her, and my focus on my research hasn't made things any easier. Tomorrow, none of that will matter. The things we said, the things I didn't say, I'll have the chance to make it up to her. I wish we had more privacy here, but for now, that old house on the north side of Ondra's Gift is still empty. That confirms what you said.
I'm here.
And when we come back, folks, we're going to go and check up on Viana. But first, we will go and clear out the sewers. There might be more trolls there. Oh, sorry. There also might be another quest that we can start. Who knows? The only way we'll know is by checking it out. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not. And if you are subscribed, press that bell for those notifications. And I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.